ASUC auxiliary budget for 2010-11 is the third year in succession that the auxiliary will be running a deficit. I came to the Senate almost 3 weeks ago and presented to them what the changes would be. We are now running on fumes as an operation. We will begin cutting core services this coming year to students. We will eliminate one of the student advisors for student groups, and we will be paring down the number of student groups served by the ASUC Auxiliary. We will also be proposing to close the ASUC Library and eliminate those student work positions. The facilities here in the Martin Luther King Junior Union, we will take the composite of the last 2 years of student rentals, which account for about 45% of the use in this building. Students identify the times they can use, which are typically after 3 p.m. daily and certain weekends in Poly Ballroom and other facilities. We will translate that into a dollar amount. We will give it to the executive vice president to handle like all other facility allocations and have them establish a process whereby those dollars can be issued as a credit to student groups in the ASUC. If this building goes under seismic renovation this coming summer, and we still have not received approval from the state of California to do that, the ASUC had put aside $160,000 out of its reserves over the last 5 years of revenue collection, actually the last 4 years of revenue collection, to go for coverage of lost revenues. If we do not go under seismic renovation, then those funds are not available to the ASUC. The only funds remaining are what were the Workers' Compensation Fund reserve, which has been moved into the operational reserve of the ASUC. The Associate Vice Chancellor has only authorized at this point the potential use of $100,000 of those funds. The reason being the last 2 years, the ASUC has used almost $500,000 out of its operational reserves to cover its deficits. So in essence, if we don't start generating revenue to cover our operating expenses, the ASUC is in a slow spiral back to the circumstances it was in 1998, which resulted in the creation of the Commercial Activities Agreement. This is not a happy budget. It's not a happy budget for the auxiliary. It's not a happy budget for students. It was not happy a year ago when we laid off employees in order to cover the deficit and still maintain our operations. But we are in this position, and until we can find a long-term sustainable financial model, we're going to have to deal with the lack of available resources. If we had been raising our revenues, our rents incrementally, we wouldn't be in this position. But we went 10 years with flat revenue.